Hey everybody, it's Amy Graham, the Badass Valkyrie, and today I just wanted to do a quick week 3 update on One Book July, and I thought I would also go into my phone and show you what I've been using in my phone as far as tracking and things go that way for the digital side of One Book July. I'm filming this at my working desk, so it's going to be a little bit different, but I spent the weekend camping, and you can hear the fan in the background because it's hot as hell here in Salt Lake. And so yeah, this is what we're getting today because it is way too hot in my studio right now. Anyway, the setup has stayed the same, and I have gone through, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 actually. Now that I can mark that. So 13 days of no spend in July so far. And this is my update. I got home about 1 o'clock yesterday afternoon, and pretty much it was napping and relaxing. Did not do a whole lot other than catch up on Preacher with my husband. And yeah, I did a little bit of gaming, and that was it. Those are just some notes. My hourly weeks for the week. This is for setup for next week. And this is pretty much how last week worked. But yeah, it was, I left on Friday afternoon. And I actually did all of that. So, yep, and I did not do that. Saturday was all day fighting and trying to not get heat exhaustion. And then I set up for next week. Oh, I cannot even believe we only have one more week left in July. So, or set up for this week, I guess. I guess this is actually today. Oh, next Monday is the 30th, which is my husband's birthday, so I'm very excited about that. So this is my training. That's what this week will be. I'm not sure if I'm going to get anything in today or not. I was not feeling well the beginning of last week. I did get a walk in on Friday, and I did get my times in, but nothing actually scheduled as I wanted it, but hopefully this week will be different. My self-care, which actually ends up being like my weekly to-do list. This was last week, and I did get some things checked off, which was great. And then I migrated forward anything that needed to be for this week, and it will just get put here as far as when I get it done. Then I have today and tomorrow off, which is very happy. Here in Utah, the 24th is called Utah Pioneers Day. It's when the pioneers discovered Salt Lake City, and so it's a state holiday. My meal tracking, this is set up for this week, and it is week 30 in the year, which is crazy. And that was my week 3 in review. This is how it kind of ended up. I didn't really put anything Saturday and Sunday. I did take this with me, but obviously when you're camping and you're at the campfire and all of that, it's a little hard to just kind of plan it out. So, it is what it is. And then my dailies, still not a lot checked off of that. And then this was the last week, and this is Monday. 8 hours vacation today and 8 hours paid vacation tomorrow. And my husband's birthday is following Monday. And then we get into the dailies. And so I've only filled in how much I slept. I slept 7 hours this morning. I did that, and I'm in the middle of doing that. So I did that. Didn't do anything in my bullet journal, but as you can tell, I did do a little bit of stuff. So I got things forwarded and doing all of that. But again, it was kind of limited, but I did fill it all in and go through it, and the evening review and all of that kind of thing. So it was Wednesdays, this was Tuesdays, and Mondays. Wait. Yeah, Tuesdays, and this is Mondays. I was actually out sick on that Monday, and yeah, so that's how that looks. And this is my to-do list for this week so far, and we will get more put in as the week goes. And then this is today's here, and I do have updated water. So I still haven't figured out what I'm going to do for August, but as far as I'm pretty sure that the Finsbury is done after July. But you know, it's been really good, and I'll have this in there. I may use it, I may, again, like I said, I may sell it, but this is all I've got left of July. And then we'll see what I set up, if I set up anything in here for August. But we have it if I decide to do that. The beauty of this is really the only dated thing. The rest of it is all undated. So at worst, it would just be that. So where's my... Oh, my July is up front. It's like, where did my July go? So yes, there we go. So that's my Finsbury. And there's only one. Oh, I was going to show you my on my phone. I wanted to make sure you guys could see this. So one of the apps that I'm using is my Whole Life Challenge, and I go in, and this is where I just kind of make my posts, and this is from stuff everybody else posts their reflections. But then I can go in, and this is my score, and I've already did yesterday's, and so today so far my nutrition has been good. I have not exercised, I have not done my mobilization, which is stretching, but I did get really good sleep. My hydration's on track. My well-being is on track, which is a weekly process. My reflection will happen at the end of tonight, and hopefully I'll go back in and do those. I'm not going to save my score yet. It'll keep it in there. My progress, as you can tell so these are my days. So I've not used any of my mulligans. And so when there's 0 points, that means I didn't exercise or stretch that day. But as you can tell, I am up to, today is day 17. And so I haven't input that yet. So it's not going to show what I just put in until later on. It goes up to day 42. But so far, I am pretty well on track. So the weekly well-being practice, so this is this week's well-being practice. No electronics during meals. So don't use your mobile phone, tablet, computer, television, or radio during meals. Don't take calls, any of that. You must do this for 2 meals each day, breakfast, lunch, or dinner, to get credit for the day. This does not apply to snacks or eating food between meals, which I do. And you may have non-radio music playing in the room via stereo, iPhone, but it must be exclusively music. And then you can go in and watch the video on how that you want to do that, and it talks about why this particular weekly practice is important. And it gives you, given how important this is, it's amazing what short shifts it gets in modern life. And all these benefits is to not using that. You can go into further, you can go deeper into this. You can get the weight loss or the Whole Life Challenge newsletter, all of that. So that's the weekly well-being practice. I'm not on a team, and I had my that was my self-assessment, all of that. And that's pretty much the whole life challenge portion of it. I don't use the blog portion of it, but you can read their blogs every day, and it talks about various things like different podcasts, different recipes, that sort of thing. And you can get yoga tips, problems with plugged-in fitness, everything you need to know about baby goat yoga, which I think is awesome, all that kind of thing. So there you have it. So that's the section of this. Let me see if I've got, okay. All right. So that's my whole life challenge portion of what I've been doing. Then this is my tracker on my phone, my Android phone. And this is what I'm using. I have been using this quite a bit, but it's Samsung Health, and I actually really do enjoy it a lot. This gives you a breakdown of your day, and you can go through and look at your weeks and your months and all of that, and you can break it down by day, by week, by months. And so and this is just for my active minutes. So you have that, then that kind of gives you a score for your hours slept. This is my sleeping schedule, if it'll open up. So I had 7 hours and 20 minutes sleep. I slept from 11:30 last night to 6:50 a.m. this morning. Tells me how many calories that got burned. Sunday, it also tracked my nap. So that's how I track my sleep. Then this is my steps. And then this is the distance that I use in my Run the Edge tracker. But, and then I can do the same thing here as I did before. And I can go back and, look at how many steps I've had during the day. Like on the 20th, on Friday, I had 14,766, 12,678. Yesterday was 11,698, which also included 2 hours of drive time. So I didn't have any steps during that time frame. Then I can measure my stress level, my oxygen saturation. I can put my runs in. I can measure my heartbeat, my heart rate, how much water I have, how much caffeine I've had for the day, my weight, my blood pressure, if I run on a treadmill or cycling or walking. This is where I actually have my food. And this, I thought that I would end up hating this, but it has changed everything. And I just go in. So far today, I have, on my breakfast was 225 calories. My lunch was 255 calories. My afternoon snack, I had to carb out. I had a couple of pieces of toast with butter and honey and the cinnamon swirl. Excuse me, I got the hiccups. My stomach has not been doing well. And so I go back to what makes me feel better, and it's comfort food. And unfortunately, toast is a comfort food for me. So, but, I've been doing pretty well, and so I'm not really too worried about it. Where I do my squats in the morning, or my swimming, or yoga, and I can add various things to this. It has steps, water, caffeine, weight, sleep, all of that. And these are the things that you can turn on if you wanted to do hiking, aerobics, alpine skiing, aqua, all of these different things that you can do, ballroom dancing. All of this you can actually add if you wanted to. So obviously those are just the ones that I track. And then it just gives you a daily activity. Yesterday I was 143 minutes active. So today it's just making sure that I'm staying on goal. And then I'm also part of a challenge. The global challenge is the beach theme this month. My goodness. And so I've already won the challenge, but it shows you if I'm getting up in the upwards of 30%. That's 100%, and then I've still got 8 days left. So this is the leader, and that's where I'm at. So, and I'm in the top 9% of everyone, all users. So I usually fluctuate between 5 and 10% of that. So There you go. And what else? I think those are the two activity trackers that I use. So this is also one when I'm lifting, but I have not used this yet. I haven't been lifting this particular month, and so, but it's strong lifts 5x5. It will list your how many, like here. This was February 20th, which is the last time I used this because of being sick and taking time off for Greg. But it's a great app, and I actually use this to track my squats, overhead presses, and my deadlifts. You get 3 3 lift challenges, and then like the next one is squats, bench press, and barbell row, and then all of that. And so you do 5 lifts, and it increases your weights 5 pounds per weight or per session, and then it just keeps track of that. So this is actually a great app if you want to lift. I've been focusing more on cardio and my triathlon training, but that is one that I use. And then I use the Nike Run Club app for my runs. So, and I can either do indoor, or I can change the settings to go, come on, to outdoor, and then later on this evening I'll be ready for my outdoor run. So that's what I use. Those are my my exercise and electronic apps that I'm using to keep track of everything. And I also have my Garmin, but I've got to get a new watch band for the Garmin that I have. It's a 920 Forerunner, 920 XT, I think. But right now I just use my Gear 2, and it tracks my runs and my steps, all of that. So there you have it. That is my electronic or my digital version of what I'm using on my phone. I just don't reach for my iPad and the digital planner that I have in there. I've used it quite a bit for notes, but that's about it. And so this has become so much more of something that I use, which I actually didn't think I would, but it's been very surprising for me. So I love that. This is an S7 Edge. I'm actually going to trade this in and get one of the S9s very soon. But the only thing I wanted to show you guys, I just got this today and I'm very excited. It is a toasted flan traveler's notebook, and it is beautiful. It's in a pocket, and I put in the monthly, the weekly, then I put in a little pocket section, the daily, hourly, and another folder, and then a meeting notes, and then my allergy tracker. I put that in there just to kind of fill it out. But it's from Speckled Fawns, and I picked this up on the Buy Sell Trade group, and I finally got it. And let me fix that. Come on, there we go. So you can see this one is the Rustic Kodiak, and then this is the Toasted Flan. And I had been really, really intrigued with how the Toasted Flan works, and it's very, it's very floppy, which is awesome. It's got it's unfinished there. How so you can see how they finished the edges on this one, but they're both really chunky. But I love this pocket. I love it, but it is so soft and it smells delicious, and it's got like the purple bands on it, and this one just has the brown band on it, which I love. But I kind of wanted to take a look at the two different ones, and I love it. They're both awesome. I'm gonna give this one a little bit of a rest, and when August comes, set this one up to carry in August. I'm gonna switch out a couple of different things. Probably I need to get my run tracker in here, maybe, and my exercise tracker. But But yeah, I'm a pocket girl. I can't help it. And I love speckled fawn and I love chic sparrow. But I had been trying to find a unreinforced toasted flan, and one came up on the buy sell trade group and I couldn't resist it, and I just freaking love it. So I just wanted to show you guys that. I've got a moleskin grid page, and I am just loving the grid paper in this. Oh my gosh, it's a little bit different than the other paper that most of the pocket moleskins have. But and then I have Marg's Once More with Love business card, which you can actually even just kind of, I will use it as a washi card, but this is the one that she gives out when she's at events, and you can just slip it right there and it just looks so cute. But I just wanted to give you guys a quick look at that. I just got it today, so but yeah, that'll be for my August setup for my pocket. But there you have it, and hopefully you guys have enjoyed going through my Filofax Finsbury. I'll have one more update for this, and then I will show you my August setup in my Hobonichis, my weeks, and my cousin Avec, and my bullet journal. So that will be coming in a week or so. So if you have continued on with One Book July, let me know how you're doing that down below. And if things have changed up this past week, because I was camping part of the week, it just kind of stayed the same. And since I'm off today and tomorrow, it's kind of been really easy just to keep up with it. But I do enjoy this, but it's just not what I needed it to be. And until I'd actually spent a month in the rings, knowing what I needed, I wouldn't have known that. And so I'm very thankful for having the opportunity to do this. And I've actually really enjoyed the experience. I just know that I have to have my Hobonichis and my bullet journal, because that is what I love and that's what I'm most comfortable with. And oh, my hands are just, you can tell my hands are just so hammered, and I'm so dehydrated from camping this weekend, so I apologize for that. But there you have my One Book July, my digital portion and my regular portion. And I hope you guys spend the rest of your life celebrating, because that is what life is all about. And I will talk to you soon. Bye.